Hey, how's it going, everybody? Oh, yes, sorry, yeah. Hi, I'm your pal Pete, and this is my quarantine open mic. You know how some little kids could be super precious about their ages? I'm 5 and a half, I'm 8 3/4. Like that. Well, growing up, I was one of those little assholes. But, folks, in a couple months, I'm going to be 50 years old. But yet, I still told people I was in my early 40s until I was almost 50 years old. I know what you're saying out there, Pete. How could you possibly be half a century old? You're so youthful, so spry. And that's really sweet, but the fact is, that's only because I shave this whole situation right here. And I do that for much of the same reason a lot of guys do. The hair on the top of my head in my early 20s said, "We're quitting." And I'm like, nope, you're all fired. Because if I grew out my hair, it would age me exponentially. And I know that because I actually did that a little over a decade and a half ago. I wanted to be Sean Connery for Halloween, so I grew up my remaining horseshoe and my beard, and I entered, at the ripe old age of 33, what I can only describe as the grandpa zone. Now, not that anybody actually called me grandpa. They just treated me like I was one. Like the woman that I was talking to about the band I was in at the time, and she's like, You were in a band? That is adorable. You're talking about like the AARP traveling jug band, right? Sponsored by Aspergreen. I was like, well, no, we actually rock pretty hard. Oh, yes, I'm sure you rock very hard. But the situation is that now I'm still in a band, and I still rock pretty hard because you know what? Age ain't nothing but a number. That's the kind of things I'm going to have to say almost by law now, like, I'm 49 years young. But the thing is, there is some truth to that because age is a number. I mean, it's actually many numbers. Some of them say the same. For example, I'm still in fairly decent shape. I could do the same number of chin-ups today that I could do in high school. 0. But most of the other numbers, they go up. For example, the number of things that you probably shouldn't eat anymore. And dairy made it on the list recently because my lactose intolerance had gone from date ruining to weapons grade. And I had to look for a good milk alternative. And I thought I'd found it in almond milk. And if any of you have out there had it, and I'm sure many of you have, you know how delicious and wonderful it is. But as I was soon to find out, while my body might be intolerant of lactose, it hates almonds with what feels like the fury of 1,000 suns. Age is also nothing but a number of aches and pains that seemingly come out of nowhere. Now, it's not that you just get them when you get older. You get them when you're younger, too. But when you're younger and you get a sudden ache and pain that you can't explain, there's only one explanation that you're going to accept. Voodoo. But when you're older, that's just part of your story. Your body's breaking down. So now the impulse is, when I get a new ache and pain, my God, am I going to feel this for the rest of my life? Is this what's going to flare up when there's a storm a-brewing? There are also a lot of challenges for a guy like me because I'm approaching 50, as I mentioned, and I'm single, and dating can be a little challenging, because guys my age can be creepy accidentally. It doesn't matter how witty or urbane we could possibly be. If we have unchecked nose or ear hair, it's game over. And I don't want to go chasing after women half my age for much of the same reason that I didn't grow a ponytail when I started going bald. I mean, who wants to grow up to be the kind of person they used to make fun of? But, I mean, honestly, if I'm really going to be straight with you, I mean, if a woman half my age wants to chase after me, I don't know how fast I would run. But you know what? Even then, it would be a little weird because I have a fear that some woman that I might be chatting up at the bar might actually be my daughter from an anonymous hookup I had back when I wore a younger man's hair. And you might think this is a silly and unreasonable fear to have, but I'm here to tell you, you're right, because I've had the same number of anonymous hookups as I've had successful chin-ups. 0. Great. Thanks, you guys. That's my time. Tip your bartenders. Drive safe.